Hi guys, today we will continue with layout creation. First, click Activity Main, which is our layout we created in previous session and is aligned with our main activity. As you can see, if you have Android 3.6.0 or higher, there are three icons above your editor and you can change between those states. The first state shows you that there is a lot of space for code and you can read here very easily long lines if you need. But in this session we will work mostly with the first state, which is the best for the basics, for the start. So as you can see, there are many elements which are divided into sections, and we have also component tree which shows us our current elements in our layout. So far there is just constraint layout, and in this session we just go through text elements, buttons elements, and layout elements. Constraint layout is very good for creating difficult design very quickly and align the elements easily through the design editor. So first, text. We will just first add some input. It can be plain text. As you can see, all these text with underlined are basically inputs. I can align this input very easily to the top and the middle. But that's not all what I need. Probably I want also some button, since I also told you there will be buttons. As you can see, we have many different types of buttons. The first one with the text, second with the images. There are also checkboxes and radio buttons. But for our purposes, the easiest button would be sufficient. Let's put this in the middle. Very easily aligned in our constraint layout. And in this session we will just go through the basics of constraint layout, because later things like chaining we can go through in next sessions. As you can see, in here I can also edit my attributes. So for example, I can change my ID. This will be, say, primary input. And it was very easily changed. My button, let's call it a continue button for now. Also very easily done. But this edit text input I would probably want to have for a whole screen, at least at the width. So let's change width to 0dp, which basically is a feature of the constraint layout, which causes that a width of your element will be from right to left constraint. So in my case, for the whole window. We have also different layouts, like for example linear layout or frame layout, but these are way much more constrained for the start. A linear layout, for example, can order all elements below each other, while frame layout put all elements in the same spot, for example in the middle. Constraint layout can work with all the elements relatively very good. It's very similar to relative layout. But for now, I would also want to show you how the second state works. So in second state, as you can see, my items are aligned, but I can still change here their alignment. So let's, for example, change this here. As you can see, my button changes position. I want to change it back. So let's do it again. And here I can very easily finally edit XML code. So for example, I don't want to have any text in the input, because it's input and I want to write there, right? So it should be empty. And maybe not any. For these attributes, you should probably read the documentation on edit text. And basically, what you saw in the text, all these inputs are basically edit text with different input type. So for example, my input type here is text present name. If I would set it to text password, it would be basically input type password. For now, it will be more simplest text. My button we'll say continue. As you can see, I have very simple button and very simple input. I can edit other XML attributes here. For example, I can change the color of the text. As you can see, to green, or any other with the hexadecimal code. Let's do it for now. Change it to red. Okay. So again, for the more attributes for button or edit text, you can read the documentation, and basically this should be enough for the creation of the layout. All you need to do, just click your element here for the start, drag it into your screen, and then, for example, this image, I can the image, and then drag it where you need, relatively to your other layouts. It's very easy, and I think for the start, if you don't know very much about XML, you can use just the Design Manager. So I think this should be enough for this part, and in the next part we will continue with switching between activities. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next part. Bye!